What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the internet where your cesspool is my jacuzzi. My name is Neidigh, and I'm coming to you from Australia today. Before I got on my plane from San Francisco to Sydney, I said I had to blow dry my shoes. I couldn't explain myself because I knew I wouldn't do it justice unless I told the whole story, so here I am, checking in just to drop some knowledge that nobody asked for. I was walking near the piers in San Francisco because I love doing those boats where you can go around and see the city lights and stuff at night. The boat was leaving in 10 to 15 minutes, and I had a little bit of a walk. I had to rush over there, and as I'm walking towards the pier where the boat is, I see a crowd gathered. I'm not really sure why they were gathered there. I'm not sure what they were waiting for, but you can bet that if I see a crowd of people, or even a small group of people, I'm going to do whatever I can to dodge the people. So I'm looking around, and then I see it. This is my escape plan. I do this all the time at home without thinking about it, and I decided to cut through some grass and go around the crowd. I get one step into this grass and regret fills me to my core. My carefree attitude towards this plan evacuated me like a fart would clear a crowded elevator. This was like every shortcut I have ever taken conspired against me to embarrass me and punish me in this moment. When I stepped in that grass, I had a Dorothy-like experience of we're not in Florida anymore. This grass was wet and muddy like a swamp or a frat boy on Labor Day weekend. And it was cold. I knew right away there was nothing I could do. My whole body fell to the ground and I skid like a kid on a slip and slide. But that wasn't the only skid mark that day, because unfortunately I landed on my ass and I was wearing some thin yoga pants. My pants and shoes were covered in mud front and back, and my jacket was covered in mud on one side. Now remember when I said I did all of this in front of a crowd that was waiting for something? Well, that crowd was right there, which is why I went to the grass in the first place. I'm not sure what they were waiting for, but suddenly it was me that they had been waiting for. Because every time I tried to get up, I just slipped in the mud and fell again at a different angle. It was like I was doing some sort of New Age interpretive dance for them. I'm a dirty, dirty dancer, and the interpretation is help. Please save me from myself. A couple of police officers, after having a bit of a WTF moment, came over to try to help me up. It took 2 police officers to get me out of the mud. I seriously contemplated whether or not they should arrest me for being a public disturbance at that point. But what do you even say after something like that? So I had a boat to get to, and we all just kind of looked at each other for a second, and then I shuffled off as fast as I could to get out of eyeshot of anyone who just witnessed that. But I had a bigger problem. There was no way they were going to let me sit on that nice boat looking like a human skid mark, which, by the way, the pants I was wearing were unfortunately thin, like I said, so the mud had infiltrated my underwear. I was done for. I was like covered in mud. I was looking for a bathroom I could use to attempt to wipe some of the mud off of myself, and I kept seeing restrooms for customers only signs, and let me tell you, I took that personally. Someone from that crowd of people must have told all the establishments I was coming. At this point, I know it's hopeless to think I might be able to clean myself off. Our country has been in a state of deep division, but let me tell you, this transcends politics because both conservatives and liberals alike will agree that I was a walking disaster at that point. I start looking around at the touristy shops because I have to get pants, and pants that I can actually wear. I found one that sells pants, but remember that my underwear are also destroyed, so now I'm going to have to be going commando. Well, since I didn't want to be Commander Camel Toe, I had to find pants that fit. And there was only one that I found. It was a pair of prison-striped pants that said, "I just escaped from Alcatraz." And normally I would think those pants are cool, but no, because I looked the fucking part. Like I had just thrown myself into the bay and then soiled myself trying to climb out. But I bought the pants and I wandered over to the line to get on the boat where children pointed and stared, and I proceeded to explain myself to everyone who didn't even ask. Finally, I get on board where I can use the bathroom and I change into my new prisoner pants, and that's the story of how I ended up in front of Alcatraz with a pair of "I just escaped from Alcatraz" pants on. And let me tell you, my outfit did not pass the vibe check compared to the rest of the boat. And this was after I had wiped myself off a little bit, but I'm going to show you guys some pictures anyways. Those were my pants, and that's just the back of the pants, right? Like, it was pretty bad, and it was cold. It was so cold. Like I said, I fell on one side of my jacket, so you can't see the front of the jacket, which is also soiled, but here's the elbow of the jacket where I had fallen the first time. You can also see the tag on that jacket, and I had bought that jacket that day because, like I said, I came from Florida where it's warm, and I didn't think, hey, Lauren, you might want to bring a jacket to the pier. But it's okay, because I didn't really care for it that much anyways. This was my favorite pair of tennis shoes, and they were like covered in grass and mud, and my socks were so wet. It was disappointing, to say the least. And then you can see, of course, some of where the mud was on my pants in the front there. Here were the pants I had to put on. And there's me in my prison pants in front of Alcatraz. Now the pants and the jacket, I just tossed them, but the shoes, like I was like, no way, I'm throwing away these shoes. So I gave them a little dunk in the bathtub, and I washed them off. I was able to get the mud off, but they were wet for days. And I was like, I have to dry these before I put them in my suitcase to go on a 16-hour flight, because if I don't, I feel like the rest of my clothes are going to get a little disgusting. So I sat there blow drying my shoes before I went to the airport. You would think that would be enough clown behavior for 1 week too, but no, because when I finally got to Sydney yesterday, I was so tired that I accidentally started washing my armpits with conditioner. Then when I was trying to improve my lighting situation in this hotel room, I managed to crush the light bulb in the hotel's lamp with my bare hand, and I cut my finger. And this is why we have how many whatever does it take to screw in a light bulb jokes, because of people like me. So yeah, the visual situation and even my sound is not going to be perfect while I'm here, guys. I'm in Australia for a while. I'm not going to be leaving here until the 20th. I'm here for Wentworth Con. If any of you guys are fans of Wentworth and you live near Sydney, you should totally come and hang out. If you haven't seen the show yet, it just left US Netflix, but I do have a way you can watch it. So let me know. But I got into making videos and decided to go back to school for digital media after initially I started making videos for these conventions. And they introduce the actresses that come onto stage, and I just thought that was really cool, and I was really into it, and something that I want to spend more of my life doing. So I'll be happy to share those with you guys as well. I have another YouTube channel actually that I upload those to. I don't post very often on there because it's only for this Wentworth stuff, but maybe you guys might be into it, maybe not, I don't know. But don't spoil yourself. If you haven't seen the show yet, you should totally watch it first, because it's definitely my favorite show ever. My birthday is on Sunday, and I have the event Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to see Pamela Rabe's play tonight, so I'm going to be pretty busy. Today was kind of my day to relax and do this stuff, so I'm not going to be able to catch up too much, but I might have some pockets here or there where I come to YouTube, but that's it. I have some photos and everything that I'll share, and then I'll do some bonus like members only stuff, because I want to thank everyone who supports me, but it'll be like short stuff here and there, and then also I got some videos from the self-driving cars in San Francisco. I was riding in one with my friend, so that was something. If you follow my channel, I've been covering the Laura Owens case, which started with Clayton Eckerd, but ended up unfolding and showing that she has several victims over a series of years. I think almost a decade, and I will try to keep up with that while I'm here. I don't know how realistic that is, though, just because it's also like 16 hours ahead of where I normally am in time zones, so we'll see. But I know that there's been a lot going on with that. I've seen, all the Twitter and stuff, so that's pretty interesting, but what can I say? Not totally unexpected. If you guys have any embarrassing travel stories you want to share, please share in the comments below, or, Twitter, whatever. I'm going to be hanging out looking for things to do later today before the play. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Also, I won't have time to do everything, of course, but I'm going to, get to as much as I can. I really like the boats. Obviously, I'm going to go on a boat here too. I will not be walking through any grass to get to that boat. And if I did, I would, be very careful. I'm going to be pretty hesitant to take shortcuts for a while. I remember just walking down the street in San Francisco after that, because it was raining the next day. It wasn't even raining the day that I slipped. It was the mud and the grass. It was just wet. I don't know why. It wasn't even raining, but it rained the next day, and I was like walking to get lunch. I was trying to get this burger place, and I was like walking, like shuffling like a little old lady trying to get there without slipping and falling, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to break something. But yeah, no, I didn't break anything, just this light bulb, obviously. But All right, that's all for now. Thanks, everybody. See ya.